Okay. Alright, hey guys, it's Guru Tim. I'm gonna start making some videos. I'm gonna start with the more general problems that I see in humanity, and I'll do an introductory video a little bit later to explain who I am and why I'm doing this stuff. Alright, let's jump right to it. Got lots of work to do, got a good internet day, we'll try to utilize that. What I want to talk about first is judgment. Why it's there, why it was invented, why we still use it today when we shouldn't have to, and all this stuff I will explain in 1 second. First of all, where did it come from? Judgment. Why? Why is it there? Why is it inside our minds? Why is it so? Why are we so prevalent to judge everything that we see? Well, back in when it wasn't all luxury and stuff, when we actually had to survive in the wild by ourselves, let's say like caveman days or whatever, however far back you want to take it, our egos pretty much were just there for survival tactics. It wasn't there for like wants and needs. It was there for pretty much, well, I guess you say wants and needs. You know, the want to stay alive and the need to eat and have shelter and stuff like that. So this is what the ego was doing back in the old days, was keeping us alive. And judgment was there for us. Like, we'd use judgment in a way to for self-preservation. Everything that we did back there in the ego back then was all for self-preservation. And how we used judgment for that was we kind of looked at stuff and hey, this can kill me, this can't kill me, right? Or this is good for me, or you might be able to judge it in different other ways, like, oh, this kind of makes me feel better when I'm hurt, or like healing properties, right? So, but that's pretty much all it was there for back in the old days, was to keep us alive. Which caves you want to check first. So, or that's a cheat. I stay away from that one. All right, let's get away from why it was made. Why would it be now? Why is the ego using it now? The ego is kind of transmuted back because it's not about self-preservation anymore. Nothing really is about self-preservation nowadays, even though sometimes you might think so. That's completely something else. That's our economy. Let's not talk about that. Right now we're talking about judgment. Um, so how are we applying judgment today? Our ego has wants and needs, and of course, trying to protect us again, trying to spin this in a positive fashion. But you will attach judgment to everything you see still now to this day until you kind of consciously adopt, try to break away from the system. And it does take a little bit of time. I'll talk about that in a second. But right now, what you're doing with judgment is you're looking at other people, which happen to be, just other reflections of yourself. Everybody is the same one. We all have the same heart. We're all connected inside the heart chakra. If you guys know that, that's a little high vibe. Let's bring it back down to earth. We're all connected somehow. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. So we walk around and we see stuff in people that we may like or we may not like, and that's where the judgment, like, I judge this to be something I like, or I judge this to be something that I don't like. And what we're doing now is we're kind of just pushing that off and saying, just passing judgment, and that's all. Like, we just pass judgment and then just like get them out. Or if it's like a good thing that we're judging, then we'd like say, hey, maybe I should be like that, and it's kind of like the tiny amount of effort you put into it, and then you just push it off. It's human nature now just to judge and keep going, but we have no reason. I mean, we really don't know why we're judging him. And the real reason behind this whole judgment process was the ego was trying to spin this in a positive fashion. Now that he knows, or the ego kind of basically knows, we don't need to you know, uh, do stuff for self-preservation anymore. Sorry, I'm getting a lot of wicked energy around here. But so you judge things, and we judge different aspects, what's good and bad, and what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to work with that. You're supposed to keep in mind that everything you see, every other person, any other object is just another reflection of yourself somehow. It's coming out from inside your mind and going out there to the external. And the reason why it's brought to your external is for different characteristics that you need to see about yourself. For example, I think that went a little too high for you guys. For example, like you go and see another person and you judge characteristics that you see negatively. Let's say you see something bad about a person, like they're doing something greedy or something. Like, oh, dude, that dude's greedy, man. Let's stay away from that guy. But then you're not really understanding why that's there, why it's put there for you, because everything's put there for a reason, right? Sorry, I keep putting my hands away, but everything's out there for a reason. So you have to learn to adopt that. So let's say this guy's greedy. Okay, why? Why is that put that there? Even though that it may seem like really exploited, like this guy's doing really selfish stuff and doing greedy, almost to the point where he might seem evil. The whole reason why he's there is to blow that up and let you know, catch your eye that that is something about yourself that you need to fix. I mean, it might not be that big, you not about be as greedy as the person is that person is, or as how you see he is, but there's always a reason why they do that, and you have to understand why they're doing that, and then you have to understand why you're feeling a little greedy, or why that has manifested itself out there to teach you, or maybe even understanding. Maybe you're not even a greedy person. Maybe you can't even relate to that. Maybe it's just there to let you know that there are positive reasons why people do them, although they might have negative, uh, repercussions on the world. Um, Either way, you're meant there. All that judgment's supposed to be there to kind of for you to delve your mind into and understand it. Why is it there instead of casting hateful comments or judgments or whatever? Like the Don't Judge Me challenge, right? We all see that going on today. We all know why that's in effect, but I feel like people need to understand deeper why these judgments there. For a lot of people like me who like to think a lot, it helps for us to kind of understand and then change that system, because in all reality, we should be operating on a system of unconditional love. And once we get there, I mean, everything will be fine. There's no judgment because you you love each other unconditionally. How could there be judgment? You're just observing now. You're just observing and understanding people. That's at the highest plateau. I mean, it's gonna work. It's gonna be some work for you to get there. Sorry, I'm jumping back and forth to high and low vibes. So, um, so that let me bring it back. Unconditional love is the highest frequency that you could ever vibrate on. For us, anyway. I'm not sure if there's anything really higher than that, but if there's something higher than that, it's beyond human comprehension. So I'm not going to be able to receive anything like that. I just won't understand it. Uh, but highest or unconditional love is the highest frequency, and that's what we need to aim for. And judgment does separate us because people lack the knowledge that another being is you. That's another you. So, I mean, there's thousands of us, and it's not just because you control the world. That's not why they're out there. Because you are also a reflection of them. If that makes sense. I feel like I lost a lot of you guys. Um, your perception is your reality. What you perceive to be true is true. So why not put that into your control and have control over a positive reality? This way, there's no misconceptions. There's no, um, yeah, there's no misconceptions that cause suffering on from different human levels. Because if you say, uh, I have no control over this, then that's just bad for the next person. Because something could be good for one person, but it could be bad for the next person, depending on what you want to do or how you are, depending whatever, right? So what we're doing is creating perception is our reality. We've always known we have the power to create our own destiny. It's always been us. I'm trying to speak to low fibers here. Um, Basically, I think, therefore I am. Your mind has a lot of power to control what happens in your life, and in order to do so, you must understand some key topics into getting there, into that point where you can create a positive world for your, a positive life for yourself and other people. I think they're starting to grasp it now. Okay. So how do we get rid of this judgment? Instead of looking at people and instantly breaking them down and picking apart what you like and what you don't like, let's just not break them down. Okay, just put them back together. Okay, and we kind of observe them. Okay, you see why they are. Uh, you look at different reasons why, what could have made them that way. Okay, and then as soon as you do that, you kind of have like a different understanding. Yeah, there might be some negative ways, or negative things that could happen inside this person's past or this reflection's past, if you want to look at it from a higher plateau, uh, that cause that person or reflection to adopt a certain way of life that may be negative to other people, because maybe that was a protection of themselves. There's always a positive intention if you truly try to understand it, without judgment. All you're doing is observing and feeling, and you sit there and feel it until you make a positive connection. Because it repeats like, oh, like that whole little understanding thing. Instead of, oh, I think this why you did that. That must be why you did that. Instead of making up your own fucking reasons, and assuming, and sorry, I just don't like when people do it. And then they just throw insta meanings, insta meanings, insta meanings. I know best. Insta meanings, insta meanings, and it's a very negative way because you're throwing a lot of negative energy, stuff you don't understand about people, and that's very bad because they might even get caught up to it. Like somebody who's a hypersensitive like me, if you're throwing all that stuff, oh, he's doing that because he's wrong, he's wrong, wrong. Man, I'm gonna start picking shit up like, am I really wrong? Because I don't want to be wrong, so I'm going to review it. I'm going to be like, maybe I am wrong. But then it's just because their mentality is so strong that, and their ego is so big, and they've been getting what they want, they kind of feel like God now. And they kind of start judging people for no reason. When it's just supposed to be lessons about themselves. Like for me, I'm energetically like a mirror because I keep my mind vacant most of the time. I'm just like, dwelling in like the higher thoughts and whatnot, and then they'll feel a lot of energy repercussions for trying to pierce into me and judge me because I'm a mirror. I mean, you're judging yourself, and if you're at a lower vibe, you will see the shadow. You'll see the shadow that you need to work with. If you're a higher vibe, you'll see the inner reflection, which is really cool. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes, most of the time, it doesn't inside a lower vibe world. What I'm saying is, I'm on a rant. I knew this would happen, but so yes, we need to relinquish judgment, and it will take work. You'll have to shift your different mind frames to understanding and embracing people rather than judging them and throwing them away. You have to understand them, you have to embrace them as part of yourself, and just keep doing it. Eventually, I mean, at first, you don't understand it, and like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Now I have all these people stuck in my mind, and I can't get them out. It's because you're still trying to work with it. Your heart's saying, don't give up, don't give up, don't give up on these people, and then your mind's like, are you serious? Like, I've already judged them. But that's where you go wrong, because you've already judged them. So relinquish all your judgments. You have your previous judgments on them, and then you just kind of dwell on, just keep going on understanding that, and embracing them. Like I just said, I think I covered all the topics here. I think I just keep ranting on because I like to hear myself. It happens a lot. I will be putting out more videos as well. The next one is probably going to be on integrity because that is a big topic that all of these everybody needs to learn. We lose ourselves and we think that nobody's watching, but that's not the case. So I'll put out a video on integrity. If you guys see Till Swan, tell her I said hi. That's another video. Well, we'll wait till I'm in the higher vibes to address that situation. But yeah, I'll be putting out more videos. Stay tuned for integrity. See you guys. Namaste.